it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from the Death Korps of Krieg army set. Yes, we are back with yet another one, and it is with the, well, I guess they're kind of the main event. We have the Death Riders here, and, well, we're going to be painting them in pretty much a box art style for the horses, well, mounts. For the actual riders themselves, we're going to be painting them up in the same scheme as what we've been doing so far. But we have our Watchmaster, or Sergeant, here, and we also have to say a massive thank you to Games Workshop for sending me these early to build up and paint and review with all of you. So, without further ado, we're going to jump in and we're going to start painting. They've all been primed in grey Seer. And the colour we're going to be using first is Seraphim Sepia. And we're going to be applying this over top of all of the horses' flesh. We're just going to call it a horse, even though it's a mount. Because it's not really a horse. It looks like a horse, but it's not really a horse. Now the Seraphim Sepia I'm using, I should just point out, is the reformulated stuff that came out a couple of years ago. And it works just like a contrast paint. So you want to kind of just glide across the surface of the miniature. Just being careful. You want to finish off each section before you move on. That's why I'm doing the other side of this leg. And then once that's all done, across all of our mounts, we'll come back. With all that Seraphim Sepia applied, we're then going to take some Carroburg Crimson. We're going to use this to do a bit of blending on the feet. So we're going to take the Carroburg Crimson like this, and we're going to bring it up to around about there on the knee. And we're just going to make sure we get it over both halves of the leg as well. Like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wash the brush, touch off the water, and then just around the knee joint, we're going to blend it in. Just like that. Similarly, I'll demonstrate a back leg as well. So we take the Carroburg Crimson, apply it all over the foot, like so, and then bring it up to round about there, on the knee. Make sure we do it on both sides. Wash the brush, touch off the water, and give it the blends around the knee, like so. Then, in addition to this, what we're also going to do, and I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush for this, we're going to take the Carroburg Crimson and we're going to apply it inside the ears. Like so. And we're also going to apply it in the branding back here on the mount's rump. Like that. So with all that Carroburg Crimson applied, what we're then going to do is take some Ratling Grime and we're going to apply this over the top of the mane. So with that all done, we're now going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over top of the claws of the mount, like so. Finish that off. There are two on each leg that are kind of up here as well. Like so. But we're also going to apply the Black Legion over the top of the Power Saber scabbards. As well as the grip. Like that sort of thing. We're going to apply this over the top of the boots of the rider. The ventilation bit. The mount. We want to apply it over the top of the holster for the las carbine as well. So with that all done, we're now going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur and we're going to apply this over top of all of the horse's leathers. Basically just excluding the gas mask of the horse. But not only are we going to do this once, we're going to do 2 layers of this. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over 3 areas. Now we've got the kind of wraps on the insides of their braces, which on the rest of the Krieg are on the legs. Like that. We're going to apply it over the top of the mask. Like that. I apologise if that was all out of focus. Got the other underside here with the other arm. And we're also going to apply this over the top of the horse's gas mask. So with that all done, we're now going to take some Snakebite Leather and we're going to apply this over the top of our greatcoats of our Death Riders, as well as the little banners. On the spears, well, lances. So with all that Snakebite Leather applied, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown and we're going to apply this over the top of the trousers, and we're also going to apply this over the top of all of the armour. So with that all done, we're now going to do something a little bit easier but still quite fiddly. What we're going to do is we're going to take some Aeldari Emerald and we're going to apply this over the top of the kind of stim pipe. That runs along here. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the kind of remaining leather straps and belts and things. We're going to apply it over the top of the ventilator pipe like we did on the horse. I'm going to apply it over the top of the gloves. Just realised I just stopped talking there. The other thing we're going to do here with the Black Legion is we're going to use this to colour in the diamond, the border of it, as well as the top half of all the pennants. So with all that Black Legion applied, we're then going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur and we're going to apply 2 layers of this over top of the backpacks and any remaining pouches. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Blood Angels Red and we're going to apply this over the top of the inside of the diamond up here, and we're going to apply this over the top of the sash. On our Watchmaster's chest. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Vulkan Green. We're going to apply this over the top of the handle and the casing of our las carbines. And so finally, with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. And we're going to apply this over, well, all of the remaining details. Now, we are going to add some extra metallics just to break it up a little bit even more. But for now, we can get the Iron Warriors all over all of these details. And that will act as a nice base. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Runelord Brass. And we're going to apply this over the top of basically any of the decoration. So we've got things like this little Aquila down here, winged skull. We've got this one here on the chest. With the horse. Got one on the horse's head as well. We've got the fancy winged skull on the helmets of our Death Riders as well. And we're also going to apply this over the top of the sort of assembly up here and over the top of the handle or grip. So with all that Runelord Brass applied, it's now time to add some shades to the model. And the first of these is going to be some Agrax Earthshade, and we're going to apply this over the top of the Runelord Brass. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil. I'm going to use this to shade the silver and the green on the carbines. So with that all done, our Death Riders are now at what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and they're looking pretty cool. However, we're not going to leave them there, of course not. We're going to take them to the next level. I'm going to do this by adding some layers and some highlights. We don't have actually that many to do. So the first of these is going to be a layer. It's going to be some thinned down Steel Legion Drab. We're going to be using this to relayer all of our Snakebite Leather. So we're just going to start up here on the pennant, like so. We just want to avoid any of the deepest, darkest recesses. However, one thing has come to my attention is that the kind of face mask looks a bit similar to the horse. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply this Steel Legion Drab over the top of that area as well. It's okay on the actual Krieg on top, but want to differentiate it a little bit on the actual horse, like so. So with all of that Steel Legion Drab applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Karak Stone. I'm going to use this to highlight all of our Snakebite leathery details. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Gorthor Brown. I'm going to use this to highlight all of our Cygor Brown details. This is all of the armour. But we're also going to highlight the trousers here as well. And so with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to highlight the black details. So with that all done, our next port of call is to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. I'm going to use this to highlight all of the silver. So with all that Ironbreaker applied, we're then going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over both the eye lenses of the rider and the mount. And so with that all done, we're now going to finish off our Death Riders by taking some thinned down Canoptek Alloy. I'm going to use this to highlight the Runelord Brass. And so with the bases all complete in the same style as the rest of my Death Korps of Krieg, there is a video coming soon. The artillery piece shows how I do that, so don't worry, it's coming. But the Death Riders are now finished. We've done 5 of them, we've got 5 more to do. I might do them in the same scheme as these, I might do them as a different one. I haven't decided yet, basically. It's essentially, do I want to paint 15 or do I want to paint 10? Is the big question. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.